Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age 100% Guide. We have just finished the Vorpal Bunny quest, and we are just still on our quest-a-thon. There is still so many other ones. Like, I still have to hand in the quest at Burrow-Misace, but then there's also the quest at the Nalbina Fortress, the quest at the Mosferan High Waste, so we're kind of now at this point getting to the stage where we're going to have to progress with the story. Now, when it comes to Baharim, the Baharim Passage, which is where we fought the Mimic Queen when we first initially escaped with Bosch and that whole underground mine situation, we are going to need to go back there, and after the next kind of 4 or so episodes, we will be circling back there, hopefully. Quite quickly, in fact, but you know, that's why the benefit of save crystals, they're absolutely brilliant. You can kind of be somewhere, progress a bit in the story, and then be like, actually I want to jump back and sort myself out. And we're after getting some lovely teleport crystals from this quest, handing in for the, what's the word, handing them in for the big Korul on the mountain of Burrow-Misace. Now, we have to basically go to Nalbina Fortress. We were already in Nalbina Dungeon, in the depths of the fortress, but we're going to basically have to hit to the Ester Sand, again, where we fought our very first hunt, the Rogue Tomat, you know, all the way back in episode 1, or maybe it was probably 2, to be honest, but anyway, the point is, we're back in the Ester Sand, and now that we've hit this part of the story and we're at this level, this big dinosaur can finally meet his match. We have, you know, outgrown him. For 1000 EXP is nice, like, but yeah, we're just unbelievably powerful at this stage in the game. So we're going to head into the Ester Sand village outpost, and then we're going to continue further on, which will take us out towards the Baharim Passage, and then further and further on we'll go, heading even further south into the Mosferan High Waste. That's basically our goal here. And as well as that, I know, like, with the previous section, there was areas we needed to kind of more fully map out, because again, we're needing that cartographer trophy, so we need to do map completion at some point, so I may as well take the time to look into unexplored routes and just see where all these other extra areas lead, you know? So, in the nature of that, we know that the Giza Plains connect to the Ester Sand this way, and let's just find out what adventures behold us as we journey this way. And just like that, we're after arriving at Nalbina Fortress, so we can head deeper in to the area. We can check out the shops as well, although this guy really doesn't sell much of anything. He sells handy items, I suppose, but we can just take the time now to journey along and just drop off all our items. But we do have some quests, or some further hunts within Nalbina itself, which is quite useful, and some of those hunts that are within Nalbina are deeper into the Mosferan High Waste, so we're going to have to go that way anyway. So we'll head in and we'll get those maps sorted, because even though they're a town, you know, we still have to also map out towns and stuff as well. And just another gorgeous, I suppose, full rendered cutscene, absolutely brilliant. But as you can see, Nalbina, you know, it's now just part of the Empire, and this is actually where Vossler died. We had that huge fight, and as you can see, it's now kind of more modernized with the Imperial influence, and they're literally rebuilding the war-torn city. It's just so fascinating to see this area in the bright rather than the opening cutscene, and just to kind of realize, yeah, time has passed, and it just is different now, and it just has that bustling thoroughfare, not like bustling like Rabanastre, but like, you know, people are living, people are going about their daily lives, and are they fully aware that the Princess of Dalmasca is traveling with this retinue of, you know, ragtag group of people? More than likely not. Now, this shop gets some lovely spells and things, but this area, obviously, the Esther Sand is one of the first areas you get in the game. There is obviously a way that you could have stumbled upon here much earlier in the game with like level 3 or 4 Von. But we do have to find our contact to get the quest activated and quest started. And just as that rule of thumb, you're basically looking for people with names. Like if you see an NPC being like, oh, disgruntled Rabanastrin or something, like they're not going to be the names, but we're going to accept the hunt for Atmos. He is in the Mosphrin High Wastes, and the traders are now in trouble. So we have to go onward and make sure we get Atmos's rampage under control. And since we're also in Nalbina, there is actually a hunt board here. I'm not sure if I look at it this episode or the next episode, but there is just an exciting time ahead with a bunch more extra hunts. And we can click ahead to view the hunt map, but unfortunately we've not even stepped foot in the Mosphrin Highways, so it'll just be a complete unknown. But I then say, okay, well, the Damascan Extersand, where is he? And he's just further up beyond the Baharim Passage. So we can just head further up and check it out. And basically it's in that little Estersand village. That's where we're going to have to do a bunch of side quests in order to get the Baharim key. There was basically an injured, sick person from Nalbina, and they've been taken in by, and you'll have to harken back to this way back with our second ever hunt and the flowering cactoid. His wife, Dantoy, I think his name is. His wife is a healer, and the flowers on the top of cactoids, that flower, have great healing properties. So we'll be able to. We were gifted a key item, which was the cactoid flower, way back with that second hunt, and we are able to basically journey to her and give her the flower, and then she can say, well, if you're competent hunters, there are other bits and pieces that we could use in order to fully heal this sick person that I have in the house. And once we do those 5 or 6 different side quests, we are gifted the Baharim key to re-explore the mines and to finish out that Bloodwing hunt. And I don't do it for a while. We have a lot of story progression and stuff ahead of us. But just to be aware that, yes, in fact, you know, there's the village there, and there is a lengthy side quest of wandering, getting key items, and just, you know, re-unlocking that hidden dungeon for hunts. And obviously, in order to complete the final hunt, which is another one of the trophies, we are going to need to completely, you know, take on every single challenge this game has to offer. And, you know, as much fun as it is just running around cartographing all the maps, you know, we have to go everywhere, we have to see everything, we have to beat everything. I don't remember that his wife is here, and it just doesn't enter my mind. But she's basically the lady just by the save crystal. But here we are, the guy that wants us to do with Bloodwing. And he's like, I recognize you in Nalbina, you fought the bunch of guys in the pits. I was a prisoner too, my buddy made a mistake, made it through the walls and tunneled our way out by hand, came here from the Baharim Passage. Had scarcely moved when a bloodwing swooped out of the gloom. Didn't land any serious bites. I hafted on my shoulder, jumped down the water and eventually washed up here. I feel like I've been given a second chance. Don't mean to waste it, but first we gotta see vengeance for his other friend. It's deep in the West Annex. And Bloodwing, the hunt begins. Now, she's this lady here, right by the unlucky merchant. If I had spoken to her just by chance, I actually would have started the quest a lot earlier. But what can we do? I didn't. But yeah, just that lady just to the left there, she would have started our quest. But I will, after these next few episodes, we're just going to have an episode where I'm at a orange save crystal, just being like, yeah, now we've caught up to where Recusant was a bunch of episodes ago. We're going to do this side quest to get this barrier key, and that'll just be an episode, basically. Because for some people, they might literally just be like, how do I get this key? And then I can just literally give them the quest. And as I say, I'm leaving this in just because I'm like, if I had to suffer through it, so did you. But there's also the chance that I might pick up a spell or might pick up some sort of item from a chest that I'm just like not paying 100% attention to. So the bottom line is we have to fill out all these maps, and realistically it does not actually take that long on 2x speed / 4x speed. Obviously if I put on 4x speed I would be moving even quicker, but I just find the speed a little bit too unyieldy at 4x, just that I would literally just be careening into walls and stuff. But here is where we get back into the Bahrain passage through the weather-beaten door. Once I find the Bahrain key. But basically, on the episodes going forward, I'm really not going to want to leave an area without at least being like, okay, I fully ran around this area the best that I can. And we have gotten as much as we can. All of this is useful license point hunting anyway. Like, we might only be getting 3 XP, but like, we're going through 50, 60 enemies in these different areas, and it's like, oh, maybe not that many, but like 25 enemies, an extra 25 license points. Do that in 4 zones, bada bing, you have like 100 license points, you know? And it's filling up the beastry as well, which we also need to do. So, like, while you're running around just trying to get these maps filled, you might as well also just kill enemies as you find them. We do unfortunately have to run back to Nalbina Fortress because I only went on that little detour just to get the quest, the hunt, in. But as you can see down the very, very south, there's just a tiny little area that isn't being coloured in. It now is. So back up we can go. And this is obviously the other entrance. That's the exit to which we left, but that's completely caved in. And these seats are like, but the boss is still inside. There's another entrance, but you need some sort of key. And as you now know, that key is in Danto's wife's hut. Until we heal whoever is in there. We're gonna just basically run back to Nalbina, out of the Ester Sands, and we're gonna now move onward to the Mosfern High Waste. Brand new area, here we go. Get another amazing title. And this is just me. I found the music here to be interesting insofar as I didn't believe like it matched it necessarily. Now you'll remember that Vaughn always has Libra up, and I probably should have it on like a couple of different people just so that more than likely we can always have Libra on, just so that we can see traps and things. But basically that Slice Winder, or Winder, whatever he's called, this is the type of enemy that the Nidhogg is. But we don't get him yet. He's just deeper into the area. And unfortunately, just when you first arrive in an area, you're going to really find it hard to orientate yourself into like, where am I in relation to this? But don't worry. Once we get a few more map zones in, it'll start making a lot more sense. But he's in this area. He's in the Mosfern Highway, so do not worry. So yeah, we're kind of moving tangentially forward, as in like we're getting hunts as well as moving the story forward, just because we've now kind of caught up with all the hunts in the early game that were all back in Rabanastre and Jahara and all these places that we already were. And you know what, sometimes I'm like, oh, do you know what, just run headlong into the traps at this point. Like, we don't need to worry about them. Penelo can just heal us up. And again, I don't have the... Oh, I do. I actually frickin' didn't even notice it. But as you can see, this area is very, very interconnected. So just going to all the different exits you can go through, having a look at all the different little nooks and crannies. The enemies give good EXP at the very least. And now these guys, the werewolves, yeah, these are intense. The Humbabas. Nice 2 license points. 4 license points for our characters holding the golden amulet. And I have to just say it now, guys. I'm not going back, but you'll remember at Dantro's quest, we were gifted a serpent great skin for defeating the Nidhogg. We shouldn't have sold that, putting it very bluntly. We really shouldn't have sold it. And because we ended up selling it, unfortunately, we end up in the situation where we miss out on getting another free golden amulet, which obviously gives us a double LP. So we could have actually had 3 characters all gaining double LP. But I'll be honest, the double LP, like, for someone that doesn't do the level of grinding that I do, the double LP is useful. I know for a fact that, like, between me getting all these hunts and just running around, I can max out these license points very, very quickly. And I'm just going to have surplus, and there's other late game accessories that can turn LP into money, which is very, very useful when you've basically capped it out, you know. But here we are in the zone where we can get the quest, get some new gear, get some new quests, because there's the unicorn looking guy that looks like an Ixion. The Ixion hunt is also here. If we check the clan primer again. The rodeo to the death, you know, gives great vibes. And the guy is right by the trader, so we are going to basically go shopping for the first little bit. Less for selling, because we didn't really get in that many fights in the Mosfern Wastes, because we can definitely get like some amazing, you know, bows and swords and things and armor. And this is where it's like, you might have been saying, oh my god, we're accusing you of so much money. It's like, you really don't. You're trying to outfit a full party of 6 people with guns, with ammos, with armors, with accessories, with spells. It's a lot. It's really, really a lot. Like, even just getting 3 of their good masks, it just becomes this whole issue of like, oh man, this is intense. And then I'm like, oh my god, I had 2 spells as well. And the spells are nearly like over 10 grand. Or just under 10 grand. So, look, I have 2k now. Like, it literally wasn't, was not the amazing store of wealth that we assumed. But all our characters are immune to blind now. So that's nice. Are you here to talk about the Braig? That's right. Sorry to brush you off. Now listen up. The travelling merchant, you see, me and my partner were on the way to the hunter's camp. The thing is, we took a wrong turn to Salika Wood, and a bad turn there was a nightmare. Wild horses. I escaped, but I followed after my partner, and I'm worried about him. That's why I want you to get that Braig for me. The hunt begins. Braig came up from the northwest of Salika Wood. pretty close to the Necrohall in Aberdeen, I think. So, let's look at where that is. That's deep in the Barium Passage, where we're going to have to get back to that some other way. And I think we also have to run to that other end where the boss is and be like, hey, we've cleared out the stuff, you can make your way out through the door or whatever. Using the Barium key, and then I think he can reunite with his other pals, and that's like a nice cutscene. But yeah, the other hunt is only a little bit up the way. And as you know yourself, we're looking into the Salika Wood, we've never been there, so it's just going to be a big host and nothing. But the Salika Wood, or the yeah, it's Salika. The game, I've heard the game say by this point, it's the Salika Wood. And yeah, there was just a few bits to sell, but if you really want to, you could, oh, sorry. No, this is something I should say about the Salika Wood. Our money troubles are going to be much less, because by the time I get to the Salika Wood, I go, actually, I should be, putting, you know, Vaughn's steel to use. And then throughout the Salika Wood, we're stealing scream roots, we're stealing bomb cores, we're stealing, like, tons of stuff all the time. Because I basically set up a gambit where it's like, Vaughn steals from enemies with 100% HP as the top priority. So then basically in a group, Vaughn will just run around stealing from things that we haven't struck yet. And then once all the enemies don't have 100%... Oh, what a pair of thieves' cuffs. This is the prompting. I freaking forgot why. I was like, why did I all of a sudden just focus on Vaughn stealing? Enables the theft of superior and rare items. And that's the where I went, oh my god, actually, I should just be giving him that. And like making him do that. So Vaughn does end up just running around stealing stuff. He steals black robes. He steals like screech roots. He steals lots of stuff. Especially with the like boost to it. Oh, I started it here, not in the Salika Wood. I'm a dummy. So yeah. In other words, just watch the video, guys. It's not some mystery. Super. Blah, blah. It's not some mystery in a future episode. I just did it right now. So I look and I'm trying to find these frickin' percentages. And then I'm like, hang on, here we go. So long as a foe has 100% HP, before attacking, we're going to steal. And basically in groups then, Vaughn will just run around stealing from enemies that we haven't hit yet. And if he steals from one and we hit it, then he'll move on to another one. And yeah, just watch how this all goes down. So we ended up getting Wind Magicite and something else. And exactly, Vaughn will then attack the party leader's target. And odds are, if there's only one at a time, he'll steal, and then I'll attack, and then it won't have 100% HP, so we'll get by. So yeah, really nice strategy. We're stealing Wind Magicite, we're capturing we're stealing, we're getting the drops of Wind Magicite. I don't know why the Sikhs are fighting us, but they're after giving Fran Berserk. And Berserk on melee characters is strong, so really foolish on their end. And then I'm like, oh, I should probably get rid of it. Like, on the one hand, it's a lovely buff, but at the same time, we're trying to get, like, stealing, and if we kill the enemies too quickly, Vaughn won't get to steal them. And then I target Penello, because I'm a dum-dum. Oh, and then I'm like, oh, Berserk is technically a magic status, so therefore Dispel, since it's technically a buff as well. You think I would just... Oh my god, I'm just freaking going so bad with this. Dispel Fran, come on. And one funny thing is, I never, like, ever use it, but I just love the fact that we're able to cast spells into the reserve. So if we want to have like Ash and Balthier having regen, our white mage could technically cast regen on them into the reserve. And then they can come into the battle with buffs on. It's freaking amazing. You know what else is amazing? From getting a level up. Stealing more wind magicite. We love to see it. Don't aggravate the magic guys. It is stressful. Another piece of magicite. Now our white mage is silenced. Oh no. Oh boy, this is not great. Why did I do this? Penelo is now free, so she can hopefully heal us up. She's silenced again. What I'm looking forward to, guys, and I have researched a bit about it, I found out how to mass produce ribbons. So I will hopefully be able to go on and then let you guys, teach you guys how to get to that ribbon. It's in using trial mode, so maybe I'll have like a trial mode situation soon, just to show off trial mode and the different items you can get. I am hoping to get well, you don't really need 6 ribbons. Like 3 ribbons is grand, and then if you ever have to swap a character in, you can just swap the ribbon over and stuff. But yeah, it's annoying. Penelo's up to level 40 though. That is not annoying, that is quite nice. Once again, just making sure we're in this new area, we might as well wander everywhere that we can, so we don't have to do a bunch of backtracking in a bunch of zones to try and fill them out for a cartographer. And again, just getting double the loot from things, because we're stealing some, we're doing great, like. But this episode is going to conclude with the finishing of the Atmos hunt. And we should be arriving just to where he is now. Getting rid of these big werewolf guys. We're stealing some storm magicites now. And basically, Vaughn is running around stealing, and he stole a teleport stone. So, you know, really useful stuff. But once all the enemies are no longer at 100% HP, Vaughn at least just kicks into action and starts attacking again. But yeah, we're going to notice our money really skyrocket once we can keep a track of, oh, do we actually steal like a bunch of really rare armors that we don't need? Let's just sell them for like an extra 1,000, you know? And I didn't want to run too far ahead because I'm like, Vaughn needs to steal. He's not going to steal from that now. That's great. And like Penelo just giving the full heal all day, every day is just fantastic. And unfortunately, I just kept on attacking just at the wrong time, so Vaughn never had 100% of a guy here. But as you can see, Protect Shell regen, and we are going to use Dispel as the best offensive spell going. We're going to slow down Atmos first. And now that he's, well, in hindsight, Dispel will dispel slow as well, so that was actually kind of stupid. But he's now no more regen, no more protect, so that's good. But we can now slow him down now, hopefully. Ah, that didn't work. Anyway, we can just keep our party healed up, and then whenever he starts getting too many buffs on again, we just dispel him. Like regen we do not need, so just keep a track on the top left. We can read all the different things he's doing. And if you don't like a certain effect, like regen, we hate regen. Bye-bye. But that's going to be the episodes, guys, for today anyway. I've been the RPG Recusant. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch our episode today, and I hope you have a continued wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you went to watch this episode. Talk to you next time. Have a good one.